everyone, Hans here. Can you believe everything you see on the internet? For most people, the immediate response to this question would be a resounding no, especially given the existence of maliciously woven pieces of fake news and issues concerning the use of social media and the so called cancel culture rampant within it. With the advancement of technology in recent times, a new concept that directly enforces this belief has gotten a surge in popularity, which could also pose as a threat to our way of understanding certain pieces of media online. And these are deepfakes. But what are even deepfakes? Now, deepfake is the term used to describe a piece of synthetic or artificial media that means that it's made by humans using the tools at their disposal in which the face or likeness of another person is used in conjunction or superimposed, so to speak, with another separate form of media to create an output that depicts a false situation. A good example of this is the picture on screen right now, which depicts President Donald Trump getting arrested. Now, this is a deepfake image, and as you can see, it's very frighteningly convincing to look at. Now, while similar technologies have popped up beforehand, some people believe that the so called spark that led to the rapid awareness of this technology and the use of the term originated from Reddit, which is an online forum and social media platform wherein a user with the alias Deepfake had posted several instances of fabricated adult material involving the faces of well known female celebrities. Nowadays, however, the term deepfake is treated as a portmanteau of the words deep learning and fake, since the term is now used to describe the output created from technology that uses the concepts in the field of machine learning to generate videos or even audio files that can replicate the likenesses of other people, with emphasis on the machine learning part, since the fabricated media made instead with your commercially available apps that do not incorporate learning, like Photoshop, FaceSwap, or other image filtering apps, are referred to as cheap fakes, although in reality, they still have the capacity to be convincing in their own right. Now, how are deepfakes even made? What machine learning concepts are able to generate these scarily convincing photos and videos, and how can I understand them? Well, one word, or it's actually an acronym, I can give for you is GANs. Now, GANs is an acronym for Generative Adversarial Networks. But before we can talk about those, we need to talk about the fact that GANs are actually a subgroup of neural networks. Neural networks, or otherwise known as deep learning, like the name suggests, operate like the human brain in that they are able to improve their output or efficiency when they are given more information or examples to work with. Generative adversarial networks are an application of this technology that consists of two parts that work against each other in order to create a realistic deepfake. The first part is known as the generator, whose task is to generate a new piece of media that replicates aspects of the original in order to make it more believable. The second part is called the discriminator, that is then used to see if the resulting deepfake was made well enough to be indistinguishable from the original. If it can find the deepfake, the generator is then given information on how it was identified, which it will then consider when attempting to make another deepfake, resulting in a constant feedback loop that continues to improve the deepfake until a quality one is made. With all this in mind, I'm sure that some of you may be asking the question, why should we even care? Like, most uses for deepfake technology nowadays are for making people laugh, or at the very least, seem harmless, like hearing Obama, Trump, and Biden, everyone's favorite trio of presidents for some reason, argue about their favorite anime, or hearing Taylor Swift, who I don't think at least knows how to speak Mandarin like a fluent speaker. Like mentioned earlier, there's also the problem of its use in potentially illicit materials, but will most likely only really affect celebrities and possibly even politicians, and not regular people in society. So, with that in mind, how does this even affect us? While for now this might seem to be the case, and maybe the reason why you're thinking about it, note that the technology will only become better from here on out. And if this trend continues and the technology behind it becomes even more refined, it could also see some use in commercial app markets. Initially, sure, for the same entertainment purposes, similar to those such as Face app but with a more accurate output, which would make it more accessible for the average person to use. There has even already been an example of a relatively easy to use app for deepfakes known as Fake App. But by far, the biggest effect that these deepfakes will have on our society has to be its potential for misinformation. Now, deepfakes, by virtue of utilizing convincing media such as video and to a lesser extent audio as well, may lead to the formation of false beliefs or instances where people take what they observe from the deepfakes and perceive it as the truth. Additionally, it may also lead to the case that people will doubt more of the information they receive and end up not gaining anything at all from it because of the distrust caused by the deep fakes. And let's talk about the context of social interaction with this. The spread of disinformation and misinformation can result in the altering of one's reputation in the minds of others when used against them. The false beliefs that we were just talking about, caused by deepfakes, can translate into false memories in terms of our knowledge about other people and may lead to a significant change of attitude or outlook towards these people that the deepfake was aimed toward. Naturally, this will also lead to the loss of trust in the person, culminating in a decrease of interest to interact with the person at all in the social environment. To show you some example of these viral deepfake medias, I have here some videos that might convince you on just how scary this technology is. So first off, we'll start with a video of Obama being faked by the director or I think actor Jordan Peele. Let's watch.
We're entering an era in which our enemies can make it look like anyone is saying anything at any point in time, even if they would never say those things. So, for instance, they could have me say things like, I don't know, Killmonger was right, or Ben Carson is in the sunken place, or, how about this, simply, President Trump is a total and complete dipshit. Now, you see, I would never say these things, at least not in a public address, but someone else would. Someone like Jordan Peele. This is a dangerous time. Moving forward, we need to be more vigilant with what we trust from the internet. That's a time when we need to rely on trusted news sources. It may sound basic, but how we move forward in the age of information is going to be the difference between whether we survive or whether we become some kind of fucked up dystopia. Thank you, and stay woke, bitches.
Followed by another Instagram video featuring Mark Zuckerberg with a short message about their goals as a company.
I wish I could keep telling you that our mission in life is connecting people, but it isn't. We just want to predict your future behaviors. Spectre showed me how to manipulate you into sharing intimate data about yourself and all those you love for free. The more you express yourself, the more we own you.
Now, from the responses to these examples that I've seen, it can be observed that the possible reason for the believable nature of these deepfakes is the fact that it is able to use the power of the credibility of human in observation against those that are able to perceive these pieces of media, which is what makes it easier for others to accept it as reality. So they utilize this inherent credibility that we have and the trust that we have on our own senses against us. Now let's talk about a specific social phenomenon, an issue that could be and has already been affected by this new technology: cyberbullying. Simonite noted that there is a possibility that the implications of deepfakes would be felt strongest in issues of smaller scale, such as bullying, especially given the fact that politicians have the power to mitigate issues like this, so do the powerful celebrities, while the common student, or just some regular citizen, will most likely not. In fact, there is a recent example of this occurring in the United States when a mother had threatened their daughter's fellow cheerleading team members with deep-faked images and videos to get them reprimanded, to say the least, and removed from the team. Afterwards, a father of one of the victims expressed their frustrations about the whole situation, putting an emphasis on the strained relationship of the cheerleading team as a whole as a result of the incident. It is also worth noting that even if the mother had cyberbullied them without the knowledge of her daughter, the daughter will most likely still face the consequences of her mother's actions, especially in terms of her social life in school. Also, while I was unable to include it in the presentation slides, I'd also like to talk about the positive effects that can come from the use of the deepfake technology. One of which being its potential as a medium for self expression. Now, some researchers like Jaiman writes that deepfakes can serve a similar function as online avatars, or basically alternative representations of one's inner personalities that allow them to better express who they want to be online regardless of their actual appearance, which often influences one's way of interacting with others. Aside from this, deepfakes also have a positive effect on the gaming industry, allowing for less costs when it comes to working with video game actors, leading to the creation of more games, which are also a source of social interaction and the formation of human relationships. So, deepfake technology isn't actually all that bad because, well, I'd like to hope that most technology is made with good intentions in mind. Now, given these potentially massive social effects, is there anything we can even do to prevent these as normal citizens? Well, to me, the best thing that one can do is to hone one's own information literacy skills. Now, first off, what you should do is to corroborate your sources. Upon encountering a potential deepfake, so it's like a video or an audio that you heard, make sure to verify if multiple trusted sources, again, up to your own discretion on how to verify these sources, also believe that it is a deepfake or not, in order to be correctly guided in your beliefs. Next, be critical. An important thing to remember in today's world is that not everything should be taken at face value. As such, remaining critical is essential, but also make sure not to distrust everything, as you will definitely struggle in gaining anything from information at that rate if you do so. Deepfakes especially require careful inspection to be detected using the naked eye, if even possible at all, and some machine learning based deepfake detectors have also been made as well that could develop more and assist others in the future as well. And finally, make sure to inform others. Let them know about any potential deepfakes you spot and try to prop up their information literacy skills alongside yours. Doing so will not only benefit them, but you as well, as you are taking part in shaping a society that is resistant to these information disorders. As it currently stands, the technology surrounding deepfakes is full of potential, both positively and negatively. For this reason, anticipating its potential effects on our technologically adept generation becomes all the more important for our continued social lives. This includes the possible disinformation and misinformation resulting from such, leading to the degradation of one's reputation and trust in others, as well as the possibility of cyberbullying incidents as well. To prevent these issues from going further, it is important that online citizens increase vigilance with regards to spotting these videos and employing the help of machines as well when it gets too difficult to discern and to prop up their own information literacy skills. However, the best way to combat the inappropriate use of deepfakes is to raise awareness of them by informing people of its potential impact through possible social media campaigns or posts, and make sure that the younger generation will not be hindered by these and instead be able to utilize the positive effects of deepfakes for the betterment of their social lives by expressing themselves more freely online or creating more online connections with them through games or other forms of media. And that's all for my presentation on deepfakes. Thank you for listening. Here are my sources, and remember to stay vigilant since memes like these may become reality sooner than you think. Take care.